There's heat at Levi's without fireworks, 4 bombshells that could rattle the faithful's heartbeat. A speedster might hit the market and reshape our depth plans. An old friend is back, leaner, hungrier, and already pushing for snaps. A scare in the trenches turned into relief. With a tight timeline, and a new offensive chemistry is making playoff noise. Fam, this is heavy. Who do you think truly raises this team's ceiling? You won't believe what we've got today. So get comfy, drop a like, and let's dive straight into the news. What if I told you a burst of speed could come out of the Midwest, right when our receiver room needs oxygen the most? The unit is patched together, Aiyuk on a controlled ramp-up, Jennings still a question mark, Robinson suspended, and other names dealing with little aches that steal practice time and rhythm with Purdy. Shanahan has flirted with pure speed on the perimeter to stretch the field and loosen the box that keeps collapsing on McCaffrey. When there's a chance to add a vertical threat with true breakaway ability, the radar in Santa Clara lights up. No spoiler yet. This story runs through a crowded depth chart, cold-blooded off-season decisions, and a vertical menace who changes how defenses respect you. Now we can name it Tyler Scott, a 2023 fourth-rounder who earned snaps as a rookie but lost ground last year, and now faces a logjam in Chicago. That depth chart stacks DJ Moore and rookie Rome Odunze at the top, plus Olamide Zacchaeus, Devin Duvernay, and rookie Luther Burden III. National pieces are already listing him among potential cuts ahead of 2025. Key point, there's zero public indication of talks with the 49ers right now. This is market reading and timing. If the Bears move on, because he has fewer than 4 accrued seasons, Scott would go through waivers before he could negotiate freely, which adds urgency and strategy to the chase. Why would it make sense in San Francisco? Roll fit and the ripple effect. Scott's first step burst and sustained speed force a safety to backpedal 2 steps at the snap, creating cushion for play action, possession slants, and the crossers that are bread and butter in Shanahan's plan. Even if he gets 2 or 3 targets a game, the mere vertical threat changes the geometry of coverage, opens middle windows for Kittle, and pulls defenders out of the box, giving McCaffrey cleaner angles. On 3rd and long, his go or post can demand a bracket, freeing a comeback on the sideline or a roomy checkdown. Bonus, special teams, he has the legs to cover punts and contribute as a gunner. Premium value at the back end of the roster. Where are the doubts? Production is still light, his route tree needs polish, and details, splits, hot adjustments, perimeter blocking matter if you want Shanahan's trust. There's also the waiver factor. A rival could jump in before he ever reaches the Bay, and when Aiyuk and Jennings are fully healthy, snaps get tight for newcomers. Still, the cost is low, the contract is controllable, and the payoff could be decisive. A DPI in Seattle, a shot that flips 3rd and long, or just enough spacing to spring a McCaffrey cutback. The fan base is split. Some want a safe veteran. Others dream of pure juice and upside. I'm in the middle. Honest evaluation, clear role, patience to develop. If Chicago pulls the lever, Santa Clara's clock needs to start. And while we're simmering on that possibility, brace yourself. The next part directly touches who's carrying the load in the first few weeks. He's back like he never left. 1 hard cut at the line, low pads, churning legs, and the ball kissing the end zone like it's 2020 all over again. Before I say the name, walk with me. The backfield turned into the training room. A bulky shoulder, a broken finger, an ankle that twists the plan, and 2 knocks that kill practice rhythm. Amid the chaos, a veteran returns, visibly leaner, fluent in every comma of the playbook, carrying a quiet message. If you need me, I'll handle it. He showed up, scored, and raised an uncomfortable question. Who keeps the Week 1 roster spot? We're talking about Jeff Wilson Jr., the team's 2020 rushing leader. Back at the exact moment, Isaac Guerendo rehabs a shoulder. Rookie Jordan James deals with a finger fracture. Patrick Taylor Jr. is feeling the after effects. And undrafted rookie Corey Kiner needed the cart after a concerning ankle injury. This isn't poetry, it's necessity. The very delay in bringing Wilson back tells you he wasn't a priority, until reality shouted. And in the NFL, when reality shouts, the team with the ready-made answer wins. Wilson knows blitz checks, understands pass pro, attacks wide outside zone with patient vision, and drags tacklers on short yardage. In preseason, he walked into the perfect script. Functional play action, the OL creating leverage, a touchdown to warm the faithful and chill the competition. Tactically, it's plug and play. With McCaffrey the son of the system, Wilson is the moon that moves the tide. Real rest for the all-pro without losing identity. In 12 personnel, he can align in pistol, run the toss to test contain, sell zone split, and free the glance RPO for Purdy. In 11, with Pearsall stretching the field, Wilson punishes light boxes and forces the DC to choose between dying by 8 yards a pop or opening the middle for Kittle. In the red zone, his reduced time to hole is gold when windows close fast. And in the 2-minute drill, trust in pass pro keeps Purdy's progressions clean. We have to talk roster math. If Guerendo and James are ready quickly, carrying 4 backs gets tight. But with Amir Abdullah out for 2025, that third down/specialist seat is open, and Wilson offers the combo of reliability, familiarity, and low cost that front offices love in August. Risk exists, always. Injury history, fierce competition, and the practice squad roulette. But the NFL rewards players who turn stopgap into impact. The fan split paints the picture. One camp celebrates the reunion, another demands youth and explosion. I see immediate value, sustained drives, short yardage conversions, and sturdy protection when the heat rises. If Kiner misses time and Guarendos James lag, the door isn't just ajar, it's creaking wide open. And that wasn't even the most surprising twist of the day. Stadium silent, hearts in throats. A player down, the sideline freezes, and Niners fans feel that familiar chill. Minutes earlier, rookie Corey Kiner had already been carted off. Soon after, the starting right guard took a shot to the leg on special teams and exited. The word knee started floating and that dreaded acronym crept in. Breathe. Cameras caught Dominic Puny walking without a brace in street clothes, no crutches, chatting with teammates. Not a diagnosis, but a strong hint. This looks like weeks, not months. Relief? Yes. Verdict? Not yet. Week 1 in Seattle is set at 7, and there's a real chance he's out. The right side of the OL was already the biggest question. Puny had been stabilizing with sturdy pass sets, quick hands on first contact, and disciplined angles to seal the 3-tech. Without him, the dominoes fall. Double-team communication, timing on the climb, stunt recognition, all under the microscope. Time for Shanahan's engineering. Immediate tweaks, quick game to get the ball out in 2.5, pre-snap motion to shift counts, play action with shallow routes behind aggressive backers, screens to punish edge pressure. On the ground, adjust the menu, more duo and gap to the right while the cohesion forms, wide zone to the strong side, and toss crack to speed the perimeter. If the rush keeps attacking the B-gap, slide the protection and use tight end chips, mixing cadence so you don't tip it. Depth becomes the keyword. In-house options get urgent reps and tape to evaluate. The staff tests who communicates cross rushes best and who can anchor without grabbing a fistful of jersey. The bar is simple. Survive 3rd and 7 without constant help, you stay. With the RB room banged up, Max Pro looks may pop up in measured doses without betraying the attack's identity. The beauty of this system is turning threat into advantage. Condensed splits reinforce edges, jet motion steals eyes, and Kittles and the wideouts yak turns checkdowns into profit. Expect tempo variations too. Quick snaps to neutralize exotic looks, long huddles to re-ID protections, cadence mix-ups to mess with the count. There's a mental side. Nothing crushes morale like losing a guy for the year. Nothing lifts it like seeing your starter walking that same day. For fans, it's permission to breathe but not to relax. The message is pragmatic. Puny should be back, and the team must win in the meantime. Snap management, a ready plan B, and September pragmatism. My opener thermometer is straightforward. Right side pressure under 30%, first down success rate over 50, and no free runners in the quarterback's face. If those numbers hold, the storm becomes a drizzle. And if we've learned anything about this group, it's that drizzle doesn't scare them. Now take another breath, because the next bit brings less ambulance and more spark between the quarterback and a receiver, reborn in red and gold. Want to watch a spark become a controlled blaze? Picture a quarterback who doesn't flinch on 3rd and long, working through progressions with veteran calm, and a young receiver who changes direction like he's on springs. During joint practices with the Raiders, that rhythm stood out. Then in the preseason game, when the clock and scoreboard matter, it showed up again. One series fast tempo and a 21-yard gain on 3rd and 18. Exactly the kind of play that breaks a defensive coordinator's confidence and silences a hostile crowd. That noise wasn't random, it was chemistry. Context makes it even bigger. Brandon Ayuk likely returns closer to mid-season. Jawan Jennings and Jordan Watkins are nursing issues. Demarcus Robinson faces potential league discipline. Bottom line, the receiver room is on a razor's edge as September nears. Enter Ricky Pearsall, the first-rounder who ended 2024 on an upward curve after overcoming a tough situation off the field. In camp, he showed tempo, attention to detail, and most importantly, sync with the quarterback at the right time. When the team needed air, he delivered oxygen. Brock Purdy doesn't hand out praise for free. When he speaks up, he points to method. Talk all the time, adjust after reps, watch the tape, repeat until it's second nature. With Pearsall, that's the exact blueprint he described. The receiver explains why he ran a route a certain way. The QB tells him where the break needs to be and when the ball's coming out. The practical result. Against Vegas, 4 of Purdy's 5 completions on that drive went to the rookie, and it wasn't the same call on repeat. There was a quick hitter versus zone, an intermediate gain attacking space, and that 3rd and 18 that flips a drive shifts momentum and changes the next page of the play sheet. Trust in critical downs grows this way. On the chalkboard, the benefits are immediate. Pearsall can play Z to maximize motion, stacks and bunch looks, attack deep when the coverage rotates, stretch the field with over routes off play action, and if the nickel threatens blitz, become the hot read that kills pressure. If defenses respect that lane, Kittle finds a cleaner middle, and McCaffrey sees lighter boxes. In 3x1, an isolated Pearsall demands a bracket or a risky single. In the slot fade is poison versus cover 2. All of it keeps the safety honest and opens lanes that didn't exist in August. But let's be measured. It's preseason. Excitement needs a foundation. September indicators are clear. Third down conversion rate, first-rate efficiency without forcing it, and sustained yuck when coverage tightens. If those numbers show up, the Niners can navigate the early weeks without Ayuk, while Jennings and Watkins ramp back up. One bonus that matters in August: Pearsall loves to practice. Guys who love to practice grow in Shanahan's system. If this link stays strong, it changes the conversation about the offense's ceiling. It's not just patching holes, it's creating a parallel identity until the pieces return. Then January stops being a dream and becomes a measurable goal. And before you jump to the comments, hang on one more beat, because the final message pulls it all together for the Niner faithful.
So Niner faithful, buckle up. A potential vertical jet on the radar, a veteran ready to carry the piano for a few weeks, a trench scare that turned into a management mission, and a Purdy Pearsall connection already tweaking calls and confidence. The message is clear: smart aggression, responsible depth, and cold-blooded execution until everyone's back. The opener in Seattle is at the door, and every detail matters. Who, in your view, most changes this offense's ceiling in September? Sound off, debate it respectfully, and tell me where you're circling a win or a worry. Drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell.